All right. Bring up my iPad. Twitch. My stream. Turn up my volume. See if I've got audio. Yep, got audio. Run a chat test to make sure my Twitch dashboard's accurate. Twitch dashboard seems to be accurate. All right, so we've got audio, we got video, and we got Twitch chat. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a stream. All right. Oh, it's not nap time, is it? Okay. All right. What I've been doing is playing Defenders. All excited about the Defenders series coming up. Oh, Ghost Rider has been a Defender. You know, that's a possibility. That's a real possibility, isn't it? That Ghost Rider makes an appearance on Netflix Defenders someday in the future, some year in the future. I know his thing right now is kind of ABC, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But hey, he's got the Defender. He's been a Defender, a Fantastic Four, Thunderbolts, S.H.I.E.L.D., Marvel Knights. He's been around. And there's, of course, Daisy Johnson. All right, he is energy and strength. So, yeah, he doesn't need to level up an intelligence path. Let's find a energy path. Energy that needs, here's one needs green. Okay. So, Ghost Rider was once, at one time or another, a Defender. This is his original costume. We don't really have a Robbie Reyes costume. We've got a Robbie Reyes team-up, but not a Robbie Reyes costume. Alejandra. What's the modern costume look like? That's cool. Let's go with that. Johnny Blaze. Robbie Reyes got to meet Johnny Blaze for a moment, but I don't think Daisy Johnson's ever met Johnny Blaze. I don't know. I don't know the comics. I only know the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. All right. Let's head back. Let's head back out. Check out the town. What's going on in Hightown? Doesn't look like much going on in Hightown. Stay, Rune. Stay, Rune. I don't think we're going to have enough ninjas. It's a bummer. But not surprising. I keep getting stuck behind stuff. You're dead. I got friends. Yep. No ninjas. Why is nobody fighting you, pal? Hammerheads. Lizard medallion. Ooh. Not bad lizard medallion either. Hope everyone is doing well this Friday. Guess if I'd stayed on the street, I wouldn't get trapped on stuff all the time. guess she's out there somewhere. Just hiding. Daisy, where are you, Daisy? Shield agents. There she is. Ran myself out of spirit. Going straight from area clear to boss fighting.
The world's mightiest heroes.
Pick up more crit and crit damage. Lose a little damage. Guess we can always look look at it and see. Ooh, sorry. Sorry, officer. 3 bosses. Let's take a quick peek. Quick peek at slot 1. $42 more critical hit, 142 more critical damage. Little less damage, little less damage. So, is 42 crit, 142 crit damage worth 80 damage? I don't know. Decision made. Rocket talking to Cyclops. Wait, you can make things explode just by looking at them? I want that. I want that. Hey, all right, I'll talk to you. Now, you gonna go away? Had to sneak behind you, didn't I? Had to break the cement bench. So who else is leaving these flames behind? I see Thor. I see Cyclops. Uh-oh. Control Alt Delete. Control Alt Delete. Give me back. Give it back to me. Give it back to me, Mr. Client. Give it back to me. Control Alt Delete. Give it back to me. Give me control. Thank you. About time. Oops, wrong turn. Where are you going? Don't run away.
Such a creature would not be fit to bring Doom's perfect refuge.
Alright, let me get this keyboard out of my lap. It's my Razer Black Tournament Edition. I hardly ever use it at all. Shouldn't have got so expensive a keyboard because I use this. Razer Nautilus. Razer Tartarus. Uh-oh. Yeah, that works. We'll have to find another pet after this next fight. Whoa. Need to take out Iron Fist. Stupid cosmic circles converging on me. Oh, there's another Ghost Rider. Bummers. We don't need two Ghost Rider. Two's a crowd. You know why two's a crowd? Because that means one's probably a scroll. Unless one of us is Johnny Blaze and one of us is Robbie Reyes, but that can't happen. Only team-ups can be Robbie Reyes. We need a Robbie Reyes costume, don't we? Alright, let's quickly check. See if any of these are upgrades. No. Oh, but I gotta get rid of the pet too. Alright. So this pet is done. Oh, I won't choose a pet until I choose a character. Alright, let's find another ranged defender. Gobbles? Nope. Human Torch? Nope. Iceman? Wow. Iceman? Really? We'll go from fire to ice. We'll go from fire to ice. He's energy and durability. Energy and durability. Here's a durability pet. I don't think I'd ever imagined Iceman as a defender. Now that's one character, Iceman, that we will not see in the Defenders series. Even if the Defenders goes 10 years, we won't see Iceman. Pretty sad, isn't it? I don't know. Maybe Fox will lose Iceman in 10 years. I doubt it. Get all my pets out of the way. Let everybody get their loots. And then I'll go get my loots. Yeah, right. Everybody's a mutant. Not quite. Bobby Drake. Robert Louis Drake. One of the original 5 X-Men. Superhero since he was a teenager. Thermokinesis. Valuable asset. Having served as an X-Man, Defender, X-Factor, and even a champion. Omega powers to the test. He's an Omega level mutant like Jean. But he doesn't have a cosmic entity within him like Jean does. Nobody can hold the Phoenix by themselves. Only Jean can do that. And maybe one of her offspring. All my snowmen turned around and threw a snowball at me. You did it again. Wow, I'm moving fast. I was in fast motion.
Don't underestimate the vampires, Thor. One fight is all it takes. And I've seen you bleed.
That's a ghost.
Hey, would you mind showing off some Black Cat? Yes.
We're doing this my way.
Black Cat is one of the defenders. I've been trying to play defenders. Since we got the defenders dropping to Netflix next week. Next Friday. Black Cat was a defender once. See, who else was a defender? Well, there's Daredevil and Luke Cage and... But you asked for Black Cat.
You don't want me crossing your path. Point and shoot, baby. Point and shoot.
I'm wearing her Pop Star Earth 65 costume. If you're not familiar with it, I wasn't till it was available. The ninjas? Nah, we're not going to mess with ninjas, I don't think. Let's go see what old Doofus Bones is up to over here. Oh, don't want to be on that side. In Rage Field, huh? Can't hit what you can't see, bub. Sorry, there's no really any way you can see what a melee character is doing in this game. Not even up close. Can you see?
I'll be relieving you of your valuables now.
I'll be relieving you of your valuables now. And she did. She pickpocketed 2 billfolds from that guy. I guess he had so much stuff he couldn't put them in one billfold. Oh, I don't. Guess I'll just have to give her this pet. I play a bleed build. That's why I have the furry mane. That's my build. She took a gold pocket watch from that guy. Hey, there's a lot of ninjas down here. They won't ever see it coming. We need ninjas. Smack, smack, smack. Look at those big old saw blades. Is that what cosmic time warp is? Those big old saw blades? Or is that somebody else doing that? Oh, don't want to be on that. Don't want to be on the receiving end of that. That's what happened to somebody a while ago. I guess it was Blade. Blade received one of those in the face a while ago and had to run back.
Guys like me and Blade are named for our weapons.
And Agent Felicia's bodysuit. And her outrageous boots. So what did she take from Electra? A precious gemstone worth 10,000 credits. If you need credits, play Black Cat. She takes gemstones, pocket watches, billfolds. My favorite little corner over here. Meow, meow, meow. My corner's clear. Hey. Kingpin's up. Who do you think would be a good team up for Daredevil? When you mean good team up, do you mean lore wise from the comics and movies and TV? Or do you mean I like to put range team ups with melee and melee team ups with range. I don't pick a particular team up because they're high DPS or for any particular reason. So you got to be more clear what you're looking for. A good team up for Daredevil would be Elektra, but we don't have an Elektra team up in the game. We don't have Elektra team up. Foggy. Foggy would be a good team up. But we don't have Foggy. Guess I'm looking for effectiveness in cosmic. You know, somewhere, somebody's figured out which team up does the best DPS, which team up's the best support, which team up is blah blah blah, the best at blah blah blah. I don't know any of that information because that's not important to me. I try to match team ups with heroes according to. See, this team up mix up doesn't really make sense, but it made sense at the time. But somebody somewhere knows which team up. I think Phil Coulson is a high DPS team up. Whether he's good for Daredevil, I don't know. He just does a lot of damage. If you want a team up that does a lot of damage, Phil Coulson used to be one of the highest DPS. Of course, I don't use Phil Coulson on anybody. So, that tells you that I don't care. But Phil Coulson is ranged. Daredevil is melee. That might be a good combination. Phil Coulson supposedly is the highest DPS team up in the game. I don't know. I never cared about such things. So try Phil Coulson. Everybody else does. I don't. If you don't have Phil Coulson, then I don't know what to tell you. Like I said, you can look the information up. You won't ever find information from me about who's the best at anything, because I play games to have fun, and I don't have to have the best of everything to have fun. As a matter of fact, I build my characters to be simple, easy. Simple and easy and comfortable. I don't even care if I do half the DPS of somebody else. As long as I'm got a simple rotation, comfortable, and it's easy. Okay. You did just say who's a good one. I don't know. I don't. As far as I'm concerned, all 63 heroes are good. All 60 or however many team ups there are good. And you just pair up who you want. I like to put range with melee and melee with range. Domino here is range and Black Cat is melee. So I also prefer females to males. That's why I primarily play female characters and primarily have female team-ups. I like to spend my time with the female persuasion. Woo! Dum Dum Dugan is messing me up. Let's get these guys out of the way. Leave me alone, Dum Dum. I know it's useless to take you out, but you're causing me great pain. I just popped my ultimate. I have no clue what it does. It's probably a very big... Alright, I didn't have to stand in front of that. Did not have to stand in front of that. Anything else you want to see? I can't do much more melee. It just hurts my wrist. Yep. I recently put Jessica with all of my, with Daredevil, Elektra, Luke Cage. Well, I've always had her with Luke Cage. And Iron Fist because Netflix Defenders. Netflix Defenders. But if you want to see anything else, let me know now. I just realized how much my wrist hurts playing Black Cat. I guess I shouldn't just keep going ASDFGH, ASDFGH so much. I should slow down, I guess. Oh, wait. Iceman. Was she ever a defender? Nope. This guy's probably been on every group. Nope. Really? I'm glad. Loki ever a defender? Nope. Nope. Magic, probably not. Is Moon Knight ever... Ooh, Moon Knight was a defender. I play him ranged. There's nothing much I can do with this stuff. Felicia pickpockets all that stuff and then I go and destroy it.
get out of Jersey City every once in a while.
Guess I could, oops. Wrong button. But now I can't summon her for 2 minutes. One of those ridiculous things in the game.
You cannot win.
Let's go back to Midtown. Frightful Four. Hey. I want my totem before I pop my signature. Who's next? I took Electro out. Now living laser time. Statue ready. Signature ready. Statue ready long before my signature is. Boom. Statue time. Finish him off. Frigga on Fridays. It's Frigga Friday. More likely to get a Frigga rune on a Friday. Oh, I can bring Jessica out now. Yep.
I thought I was done with the hero game,
Watch my back.
but I just keep going.
Watch my back, Jessica. Defenders next Friday. On Netflix. at him. Oops. It's the Moon Knight in his mummy wrap outfit. Earth X costume. So Moon Knight spent some time as a defender, according to this. Avengers, Shield, Marvel Knights, and Defenders. So, Jessica Jones, Moon Knight. What you chasing me for? Watch this, big pal. Gobbles in the garage. Gobbles in the garage. Oh! Gobbles faked me out. Good job, Gobbles. Gobbles' big arrow came pointing right at me, and I dodged out right into Rhino. I still want to finish off. Got it. Bullseye. Ten seconds. All right. Let's finish off Rhino. And then Gobbles.
I've been looking for this for a long time. Don't you have ways of dealing with witches?
That wasn't a very nice thing to say to Scarlet. I have a feeling Mr. Spectre here is not really a nice guy. Mark Spector, while working as a mercenary in Egypt, blah, blah, blah. Yep, he wasn't a nice guy. He was a soldier for hire. And he's kind of insane. Reminds you of anybody? Work for the highest bidder, kind of insane. Like maybe Deadpool. Sound like Deadpool to me. Deadpool would, except Mr. Spector here's got a cool magical glider.
Do enjoy a nice, quiet lab.
Deadpool's got a little pink scooter. Little pink scooter.
You're not coming back from that.
Jumpin' Jacks. Jumpin' Jack Flash. Yes, yes, yes. Sinister in the parking garage with a lead pipe. Alright, let's get Sinister targeted. Wait for my statue. There's the statue. How did I lose targeting on? Oh, somebody stepped in front of me. Statue's up. But my signature's not. So I should have saved it. That clone got between me and Mr. Sinister. So I took him out. Still with me, Jessica? Yep, Jessica's still with me. Is there two Jessicas out here? Yep, Spider-Man's got Jessica following him around. Moon Knight. Mr. Spector.
Spider-Man.
Just another insane man for hire. like Deadpool. Except Moon Knight is mystical based. And Deadpool is genetics based. I don't know how much of Deadpool is a mutant and how much of him is experimented on. He's part of that Weapon X program, like Wolverine, X-23. Possibly Luke Cage. Maybe even Jessica. Is that a piece of stone you're about to rip up out of the ground, girl? Yep. Library. It's Moon Knight as opposed to Sunday. Where are you, Bullseye? I need to get you targeted. You're hiding amongst the middle of everything. Lady Deathstrike, Elektra. There he is over there. Alright, he is now targeted. I'm afraid somebody got in between me and him. Therefore, I didn't get to unload on him the way I wanted to. Uh-oh. I'm glad somebody interrupted Bullseye. I lost my target. Sorry, Elektra. When I'm at one health point, you can't do a thing to me. I'm invulnerable. The fight is over, Jessica. You can put down the car now. She's just waiting for somebody to kick that car at. I really don't need that. Bovine sector. Clerk. I am Groot. Oops, I got a splinter out there somewhere. Out there somewhere beneath the Alright. Gotta fix that pet. Defective pet.
I do enjoy a nice, quiet lab.
Don't want 2% off. Alright. Next.
Gotta keep moving.
Who else is a defender? That's not melee. Really? Nova?
So what? Black Cat's got sticky fingers.
Nova was a defender? Well, I can't give him Jessica. Because he's energy. He's energy speed. Energy and speed. Here we go. Which characters have the fastest gun? Ah, you talking about fastest in attack speed? How many times per second? I should know that. I should know that. Is it? I don't know. I'll have to look and see. Let's see if the karaoke bar is clear. Couple of demons in a karaoke bar. All right. All right, let's see. Attack speed. Who do I have using guns? I've got Black Widow using guns.
My intelligence may be obsolete by now.
11.8 per second. That could be a winner. Who else? 6.3.
Hold on. I got my theme music. I won't let you down.
3.7.
Unless I do, in which case, please don't kill me.
Looks like it might be Black Widow. I haven't gotten to the real gunslingers yet, though. Oh, start order. 5.1. I play Taskmaster as a gunslinger. 4.9. 6.1. $3.4. Yeah, it's Black Widow. 11.8 per second.
Okay, who needs beating up?
Black Widow, 11.8 per second. You have to play her ranged instead of melee. Did that surprise you? Ah, forgot to look at Rocket, didn't I? Forgot to look at Rocket.
I make up for it in personality.
9.2 per second. So yeah, Black Widow's got Rocket beat.
Relax. I totally know what I'm doing.
But Rocket's second place.
Hey, Cat, you want to be my sidekick?
Nova just asked, Captain America? If he wanted to be his sidekick. If Cap wanted to be Nova's sidekick. I think he said Cap. I don't think he said cat. I don't see a black cat out here anyway. But then I don't see Captain America either. So Black Widow's got her Uzis. Deadpool has some Uzis, I think. I don't think I was using them on Deadpool. But I can't stop and look now. I'm running out of space. I use Deadpool's big bing bang bong bong whatever it is. I don't use his other power, his other one. I like his bing bang bong 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 whatever it is. Alright, let's shove all this stuff in the corner over here. But it's going to be hard to beat that piece on the right. Lowest numbers 54 on damage reduction. That's a nice roll on the right. I have no idea what that is. Uh-oh. I got no idea what's going on. What is that? You have left your party? No, I didn't. I'll leave it though. Just to be safe. 'Cause I have no idea what the Yui is about to do. You never know what the Yui is going to do.
Would you like to see something I just invented?
Not particularly. It's the blue one that's all messed up. 5% more credits.
Have no fear, Nova's here.
Hey, I've lost Magic. No, she's still there. I'm just blind in one eye and I can't see out the other one. Who else should I play? Who else is a defender? Rocket, were you ever a defender? Nope. Punisher? Nope. Scarlet? What? Who knew Scarlet Witch was a defender at one time?
Show them the power of family bonds, dear sister.
Who knew that? I would have never guessed. I don't even know why I looked. All right. Intelligence and energy. Is there an energy that needs some help? Yep, there's one. Needs a lot of help. Oh, my neck. So who in the world knew Scarlet?
It's what everybody loves. A billionaire with a savior complex.
Scar-
Tell me
oh.
again how you can blow the GDP of a small country on a single party.
Look at him out there. He's just waiting for me. I was looking for him and he's out there waiting for me.
Oh, Kitty, I envy your problems of youth.
Of course, once I get moving, I'll probably never see him again. He just disappears. Somebody was asking about a playable Quicksilver. And I said, you'd never see him. You never see him. It'd be as if you're not even there. Oop. Oh. I just finished a shared quest I didn't know I was doing. Get out of the way. Thank you. They don't get out of the way, you make them disappear. That's the way to do it. You're welcome. Now let me get these cars out of the way. Odin marks. I think I got a few of those. 28,000. See, brother, all you do is zip around them like a nut, and I just say no more, and they're gone. No more. burn all them calories when all I have to do is say no more? Why waste your time? Lazy Friday, isn't it? I stayed up too late last night watching how re-roll. It's a Dungeons and Dragons group. I need to quit watching them on Thursday nights and just grab the archive the next. Well, I watch Critical Role on Fridays. If you don't know who Critical Role is, they're a 35,000 plus subscriber Twitch channel called Geek and Sundry. Geek and Sundry. On Thursday nights, they have a show called Critical Role, which usually has about 25,000 people watch on Thursday nights. But they start 7 p.m. Pacific time. They're a bunch of actors and voice actors from LA and New York. They play Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of them have voiced acted for this game. And one of them I even saw in an Avengers movie. The first Avengers movie. She was Ashley Johnson. I think she does a nighttime television too. I don't know. But my Twitch Prime subscription is to Geek and Sundry, so that I can. They block their Twitch archives behind subscription. If you don't subscribe, then you can't watch their Twitch archive. You have to watch them live. So I used my Twitch Prime, my Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime free subscription to Geek and Sundry, so I can watch Critical Role archive, because I'm not going to sit up 2 a.m. on Thursday nights. Where are you? Okay. But they're very entertaining. Random Boss, Duplicate Boss, Falling Debris, Increase Your Defeat Limit to 10, Damage Amplification Zone. That's not a bad scenario. You get many, many, many more bosses than your typical scenario. I know you guys have never seen me do Danger Room, but one day I say, hey, I think I'll go Danger Room. It's been a while. I'd have to re-equip Spider-Girl with the Shield of Perseus, which is no big deal. I've got one fully leveled for her. What is wrong with my throat? If I've been talking too much today, you can always tell me if I'm talking too much. But I got a frog in my throat. Wow. Little more crit damage. Both of them's barely anymore though. Tiny bit less health and a bunch more damage reduction. I want to look at that one. Got to compare apples to apples though.
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about fighting supervillains.
Slot 5. Oops. Missed. I'll take it. Barely any crit and critical damage, but a whole lot more damage reduction. Masters of Evil. I need to sit up or I won't be able to see over my own monitor. I need to keep Hood targeted, I think. He's a little more difficult for meleeers. All of his teleporting. When they could beat on laser, he doesn't move around as much. So I'll work on Hood. If Scarlet was a defender, was Quicksilver ever a defender? Or has he always been
Carol, it's been too long.
deceased? Or is he always deceased? I don't know much about Quicksilver. I don't know the story of Quicksilver except what the MCU presents to me. Well, he's alive on the Fox shows. He was in the last Fox X-Men movie. I don't know. I don't know anything about Quicksilver. Just a really fast dude. Don't care much about the dudes and their stories. I don't remember saying no more mobs.
You don't have a leg to stand on.
Quicksilver made quick work of that Al Capone.
I'll make it worth your while.
There's a Jughead. That was a cosmic Jughead, wasn't it? I have great respect for people who can cosmic prestige characters that I just don't like to play at all. That I find annoying. Alright. Ultimate is available. There's Jughead and Ultron.
Blob, you are truly disgusting.
I wished I had an interrupt. Actually, I do. I'm just not ready to use it yet. Till there's more mobs out. Till the rest of the Brotherhood shows up. Now I'll do it. That's how you take care of the Brotherhood. Make quick work of them. Don't leave them up running around all over the place, knocking everybody unconscious. Wait till all 5 come out. Pop my signature to gather them all together, and then just burn them down. I mean, my ultimate. It's her ultimate that brings them all together. Her signature does. It's the old ultimate power. Summon all your rage and power for a violent display of both. Render yourself invincible while you conjure a violent storm of chaos magic that engulfs and damages all nearby enemies, including in one massive final shockwave. It's another one of those powers that does not say that it gathers together, but it does. Unless that's what engulfs means. No, engulfs doesn't mean pull them together. Engulfs just means send them a flame. Chaos magic. Black Bolt signature does too. Sometimes. But it doesn't say it does. And it's not consistent. Black Bolt signature is not consistent. He says his one word, Taskmaster, same deal. You put Taskmaster's camera out when you do his signature, and it sucks all the mobs to him, to the camera. Even though it doesn't say so on the tooltip. So Black Bolt, Taskmaster, Scarlet Witch, they all have powers that will pull them together, and it doesn't say they does. It's just something you learn when you push the button. You go, oh, it didn't say it does that. 1% less damage from bosses. No thanks.
Yes, I have been spending a lot of time in the lab. But why do you ask?
Because you smell like it? I don't know. Smell like you've been spending more time in the lab and not in the shower?
Full speed ahead. The things I do to keep busy.
All right. I'll keep Malekith focused. Try to keep him from running over me. Oops. I went through the wall. My bad. He's determined to punch me. Where are you, brother? Dear brother, Malekith wants to punch me in the face. Push my monitor down a little bit here. I keep slumping down in my chair and then my monitor starts blocking my TV. This is the way you play games in a recliner on a 65-inch 4K TV with HDR. Of course, this game doesn't benefit from any of that because it's a 20th century game engine. And this is the 21st century. Even the people at Microsoft haven't a clue. Their brand new console is coming out. And they're all excited because it supports 4K. 30 frames per second. Somebody asked him, why 30 frames per second? And the guy's response was, why not? We do 4K. Who cares? Nobody cares about the frames per second. We do 4K. No clue. You can buy cheap 4K TVs now. Inexpensive. I shouldn't say cheap. Inexpensive 4K TVs, and they all are 60 hertz panels. 60 hertz. You know what that means? 60 refreshes per second. Sound familiar? 60 frames per second. Yeah. Of course, I wouldn't buy a console anyway. They're always obsolete by the time they're released. But now, for $500, you can officially buy one that you know is already obsolete. Well, you can't buy them yet.
Hold your applause.
They're not available till Christmas, I don't think. But they're already obsolete. 30 frames per second. This game probably could play at 30 frames per second. We see it drop to 30 frames per second quite often. Don't know what the guy was thinking of. He said people don't care about 60 frames per second. People may not care. Gamers care. Isn't the Xbox, aren't consoles considered gaming consoles? Or are they considered DVRs? Nope, you can't even record on them. I don't think. I haven't owned a console in a long time. If they don't come with, well, I guess they come with things like Netflix and streaming services. I guess that's what he considers it. A streaming device and not a game machine. But people are going to buy it wanting to play games. People don't buy consoles for streaming services. Those come on your TV and on your DVRs and Blu-ray players and your cable TVs. Everybody streams, even the internet. I don't know what they're thinking. The only thing I can suggest is nobody buy one. And then maybe they'll actually make it useful. Of course, I don't know why I care. I'm not going to buy one. I guess if it did 4K at 120 frames per second, I might go, wow. Well, except my TV here doesn't do 120 frames per second. My TV only does 60. Did you guys know that? The brand new Xbox One X coming out supports 4K at 30 frames per second. Way to future-proof. That was sarcasm. Obsolete before it even comes out. It's pretty sad. Don't want a joy room. All right. Let's see. Who else is a defender? Let's give her back her pet. Who else is a defender? Silver Surfer to ever defend? Oh, wow. Silver Surfer was a defender. Who knew that? Who knew Silver Surfer was on the Defenders at one time or another? Of course, we're not going to see Silver Surfer on Netflix Defenders either. He's energy and speed. Okay, that works. Name's Crossbones. I don't know. I guess some kids can buy it for Minecraft. Use it for Minecraft. They're not going to notice. 30 or 60 frames per second, I guess. Until they're trying to run away from a I can't even remember the name of the critter that blows up. Creeper. Not critter. Creeper. Alright, to the middle, everybody. You're welcome, Magneto. Just as Magneto was popping his signature, I yanked them all into the middle so he could hit them all easily.
Can't we get this like moment for life?
Don't bother me while I'm looting. I might sick Galactus on you. Galacticus. It's the zoo crew. Stupid bots. Yay, air conditioning turned off. This machinery I have does generate a bit of heat. Actually, the warmest thing over there is that 65-inch LCD Samsung KS8000. That thing generates a lot of heat. Beautiful bright picture. Some companies are already releasing 8K panels. Some have 240 hertz panels. 4K's been around for many, many years now. It's becoming more mainstream. And the 4K 120 hertz panels are even starting to show up in bulk. And they opted for 30 hertz, 30 frames per second. I don't know that you could buy a 4K panel 30 hertz. I'm sure it would support 30 hertz, but I guess somebody could take advantage of the Xbox One X and produce some really cheap 4K TVs that'll only do 30 frames per second. So everybody goes out and buys their $500 obsolete Xbox One and buy their $100 4K television. Or $200 4K television that only supports 30 hertz. I just don't get the marketing strategy. Except, like I said, there'll be a bunch of parents buy it for their kids to play Minecraft. You don't need 30 frames, you don't need 60 frames per second for Minecraft. I don't know, the current consoles may only support 30 hertz, 30 frames per second. Like I said, I haven't owned one in a long, long time. Does the PC, or does the Xbox and PS4 version of this game run at 60 frames per second? Or are they just 30?
Don't even get me started on Deadpool. That guy.
Anybody know the answer to that? I can Google it someday. Defenders. Uh-oh. Green's got to go. Blue's got to go. Yellow's got to go. All three of them.
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about fighting supervillains.
I was once called Norrad, but no more.
Ah, that bug's annoying.
Let me get this straight. Magneto is a good guy now?
My mom was a mutant and an Avenger. I want to honor her by being the best of both worlds.
Best of both worlds. Yeah. Intelligence. Energy. Sinister Six.
Your tiefling spider sense pales in comparison to cosmic awareness.
Is that true? What makes Spider-Man one of the most powerful Earth-based heroes is his spider sense. It's something nobody Earthbound has. And that puts him kind of head and shoulders above everybody else. But Mr. Norrin Rad here made it sound like his spider sense is nothing compared to cosmic awareness. I don't know about that. He could be pulling old Spider-Man's leg, saying something like that. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy, though, that would make stuff up.
Whoa, alien computer talking to you inside your head, huh? How's that working out?
Of course, just because he believes it doesn't mean it's true. He hasn't been inside Spider-Man's head. Spider-Man's spider senses might be superior to cosmic awareness. If a big old asteroid was headed towards Earth, Spider-Man would probably sense it way before anybody else in the cosmos did. I could be wrong.
This is the fun part.
Maybe Spidey's got a limit on his Spidey sense. Maybe it only works last second. This might be okay. Really need to look at it. Guess I should be targeting Malekith. Curse is frozen like a robot over there. I've never seen that happen before. He was just staring at that wall like there was graffiti on it he was reading.
I better level up for this. Ooh, would you buy me a pirate fleet?
Pirate fleet. Deadpool wants a pirate fleet. My leg. Yo.
My genius goes way beyond just shrinking things.
Well, you're new to Marvel Heroes Omega, so just joined to watch you play and also learn stuff. Cool. I've been playing for 3 years. I still learn stuff. Like Mr. Silver Surfer here was a defender. Fantastic Four, Shield, and Defenders. I didn't know that. I just learned that. I'm all excited about the Defenders because of the Netflix Defenders coming up next Friday. Oh. Let's see who comes up. All right. I get a 2-minute break, guys. 2-minute break to stretch my legs. 2-minute break. Two minutes. Gotta go refill my water. Better plug in my iPad. 2 minutes. Miss Emily Bear. Her trio was in Colorado Springs recently, and I saw an interview where they were interviewing her. And they asked her about her trio. And the one guy was asked her, he said, You kind of lead this trio, don't you? And her response was, well, it's my music. I write the music. And then he said, your parents must be really supportive of you. And she goes, well, I am underage, so obviously I couldn't be doing any of this without my parents' help. It was just the obvious answers. It was funny. I'm 15 years old. I lead a trio. I write all the music. Yeah, my parents are very supportive. I travel the world. Parents go with her, of course. One of them. Back to Midtown. You got level 10 Spider-Man, and you can't unlock him with either currency.
One queen of
Spider-Man, yes. Spider-Man's a great choice. Let's look at Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
I'm a chip off the old block.
Now I'm playing his daughter. It's just a skin change, though. See, there's Peter Parker. Here's Mayday Parker. She's a teenage girl, daughter of Peter Parker. Let's see. We are strength and fighting, not energy.
We get to go all over the universe? I barely ever leave Manhattan.
The thing about Spider-Man is you're new to the game. You have to collect Eternity Splinters. Eternity Splinters. You need Eternity Splinters to buy the heroes. Spider-Man's one of the most expensive ones. 600. That is if you play the PC. If you play the PC version of this game. If you're on console, I don't know. Okay. So 600 of them is Spider-Man. He's one of the most expensive ones.
I know you try to be everything to everyone,
The Brotherhood.
but let's say I'm immune to it.
There is something called a random hero box. There's a random hero box that costs 175 splinters.
You burned me out.
You have a chance. You have a chance to get any hero in the game for 175 splinters. You just don't know who you're going to get.
I am a survivor, and I have survived much worse than you.
But being so new to the game, you don't know if you're going to like the game or not.
I can't believe you ever left the biz.
You'd have to really play the game a while to know if you want to invest. Not invest. You don't have to spend money. Well, you can buy most for 414. You can buy most in the game, but there's a random hero box for 175. When I first came to this game, I wanted to play Jean Grey. Jean Grey wasn't one of the choices, one of the free choices. So I picked Storm because Storm was one of the free choices. So I played Storm up to about level 33, and I decided I like this game. I'm going to play this game. And so I spent real money. I'm not saying you have to do this, but I bought Gene so that I could play Gene. But I knew that I was going to play this game. So I was willing to invest the money to do it. I think what I'm trying to get across to you is if you keep playing everybody to level 10 to try to get enough splinters to buy Spider-Man, and then you finally work all that hard, all that time and to do that, how do you know? That was weird. Did you see that? Okay, that's better. How do you know you're going to like this game or not?
You wouldn't have to be Avengers if you struck first.
I think my recommendation would be, with the 400 splinters you have, you can buy. Is there anybody besides Spider-Man that you like in the Marvel Universe? Anybody? It's going to take you a while to get that 600. Anybody in the Marvel Universe at all you like? Are you only a Spider-Man fan? You're not sure? I don't know what to tell you. Until you know if you're going to like this game and want to play this game, yeah, see, I don't know you. I don't know anything about you. I don't know if Spider-Man is the only individual in the world that you want to play. If so, then I say wait till you get 600 and get Spider-Man. But if you like, I don't know, again, I just don't know you. If you're somebody that liked 6 or 7, and one of them was worth 400, and one of them cost 400, then I'd recommend that one. And then once you've played that one up to a certain level, and you say, hey, I like this game, I'll play anybody. I don't care who it is. Then I recommend from that point on. But all of these are a bunch of if, because I don't know you. But from that point on, if you decide, hey, but you need to play one. You need to pick one. And I can't pick one for you. But at some point, if you just don't know who to pick and you're willing to play anybody, then you come here and buy a random hero box. They're only 175. And you have the chance to get anyone. And they only cost 175. You might get Spider-Man. The odds is 1 in 63. You might get Thor. You might get Doctor Doom. Anybody. Actually, I don't know if the odds are 1 in 63 anymore. I don't know if all 63 characters that I have that you can still get in the game. Some of the Fantastic Four you might not be able to get. I don't even know if you can get Silver Surfer anymore. Let's say those 5 you can't get anymore. I don't know. So 1 in 58. You've got a 1 in 58 chance to get Spider-Man. or might get Hulk, or you might get Black Widow. You might get anybody for 175 splinters. It's random. You might get an expensive one like Doctor Doom, or Rogue, or Spider-Man, or Iron Man. Or you might get an inexpensive one like Storm, Taskmaster, Black Widow. Deadpool's expensive. Most of them are 400. A handful are 200 and a handful are 600. Now, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't tell anybody what to do. I'll tell you what I did. On my main account, this one, I spent real money to get the character I want because I was impatient and because I was working and I made a lot of money back then. On my secondary account, I have 2 accounts. On my secondary account, I only bought random boxes because I was already familiar with the game. I already knew I wanted everybody. So I did 2 extremely opposites. On one hand, I spent money. On the other hand, I just bought these random boxes every time. Until I started getting duplicates. Once I got past half the heroes, and I kept getting duplicate heroes, then I stopped. So, I don't know. If you do buy one for 175, you're only out 175. You gonna try it? I've got one in my stash. I can't give them away, but
Your rage is like thunder, but I am the
I
tempest.
forgot that I still have one somewhere. There it is. This is what it looks like. I've got one.
Hulk's a wrecking ball with a mind of his own. Kind of a dumb, violent mind, though.
Don't be dissing the Hulk. You got Iron Man? Did you say you got Iron Man? Ghost Rider. Have you seen Ghost Rider? Have you seen Ghost Rider? Ghost Rider's really good. When you said I am, I thought you meant you got Iron Man. This is Ghost Rider, pal. Ghost Rider is really cool. You're gonna like Ghost Rider.
Dare you to get that.
You're gonna like Ghost Rider. I left a world stone behind. Ah, keep running into lampposts. You are gonna like Ghost Rider. Pick that one up. Alright. They're crafting material. Save those things. They're crafting material. One of the things you want to do as a new guy, as new to the game, is as you play, you pick up stuff. Some stuff you can use, some you can't. The stuff you can't use, you're going to want to like this guy's not that great. You're going to want to go to the crafter, and there's one in every hub, and they're all linked together, and you're going to want to donate your items to level him up until he hits rank 20, which is max. So you want to level up your crafter while you're playing. And then after you level him up to 20, then you'll want to level up your enchanter. And again, there's one in every hub. So again, you'll want to level him up to 20 by donating items. Now the quickest way to donate items is to hold your alternate key and right click on your items. That'll donate them. See, when I watch this highlight when I hit my alt key. So when I hit my alt key, it highlights it. That means if I right click on one of these items, it's going to automatically donate them to this guy. So you donate your items to the crafter and enchanter until they're both max. And then you can start selling them for credits. But the Matrix of Unbinding are used in crafting recipes. See? Unstable molecules, Matrix of Unbinding. Matrix of Unbinding are used for unbinding an item. When you equip an item, it binds it to your character. This one's bound to Ghost Rider. I could unbind it using one of these and one of these. Any one of these elements. And I can unbind it. I'm not going to, but it's crafting material. Which Infinity Gem has base damage? I don't know. Base damage.
You need an eye patch there, Sparkyface.
Oh, if you're talking about attribute, now you can't be talking about these, because every one of them has one of these. See, base damage.
You and me, Storm, we can straight up terraform planets.
Damage comes from your damage comes from the very bottom line. strength and energy. Strength and energy. So you look, you put your mouse over this on it. Doesn't matter which character you're on, and and they'll all be different. So, Mr. Pistol 646, go to whichever character that you're wanting to. Just get on your character. Put your mouse on this guy. Look at the bottom sentence where it says strength and energy, or fighting and intelligence, or durability and speed. It'll tell you 2 attributes. These are attributes. Durability, strength, fighting, speed, energy, intelligence. There'll always be 2 of these 6. Unless you're Taskmaster. Then it's all 6. But it'll tell you which 2 to get. Oh, there's the Brotherhood. I'll finish this in a minute. Uh-oh. Nobody here to pull them all together, looks like. All right. Go away. Go away, Sabretooth. Go away. I gotta switch to another character. This is gonna be hard. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Crap. Alright, we'll just take forever. They won't leave me alone. We'll just take them all out one at a time. Since we don't have anybody here that can bring them together. Well, there's a Storm. I was trying to switch to Storm so I could pull them all together. Storm must have got here late to the party. Whoever got here early to the party scattered them all out like crazy. But hang on there, Mr. Pistol Pete 646. I'll finish what I was trying to explain to you. All right. All right. All right. I'll hang out in the karaoke bar for a minute. What was I trying to explain? Oh, yeah. Yes, I have Iceman. Is that who you're trying to work on? Is that who you're working on?
There are a lot of gifted youngsters out there who need someone cool to look up to.
Iceman has durability and energy. So, the way you increase Iceman's damage is by going to durability and energy. I put I've been putting them in energy. So what I do is I get 5% crit. You've got to have a lot of infinity points to do what I do. This cost me 200. I got 5% crit. I got 5% brutal strike. And that cost me 150 points. And then I started putting everything here to increase my base damage. And that's why my base damage is 352%. 352%. So you see, I put them all here. The two choices are durability and energy. The only reason my intelligence is high is because of this thing. Spear of the White Gorilla Tribe. Because I play him as a summoner. But that's how you figure out where you want to invest your points. This guy's durability and energy. Ghost Rider was strength or energy. And the person I was playing, who was I playing? Surfer. I was playing Surfer, wasn't I? Silver Surfer? Was I playing Silver Surfer? I don't remember now. I don't remember who I was playing. Silver Surfer is speed and energy.
Miss Hardy, we once defended your world together. Does that alliance mean nothing to you?
Yes, it's hugs. It's hugs. You want to go through story mode again. Story mode is the quickest way to level up. So start at the prologue, go to chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. That's where the most experience is. That's where you'll level up the fastest. Was I playing Silver Surfer, guys? I think I was. I think I was. I don't remember. Oh, I don't remember. Okay, thank you. I couldn't remember who I was playing. He ran over Magic.
Somebody's in for a hell of a
Big bum. Big bum. I got friends in low places.
Give me the cards already.
All right. Somehow those stupid bots always know where you are. You can't hide from the bots. Ultron is everywhere. Yeah, I don't think so. Ultron is everywhere. I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe. Ooh. Maybe I need to check out Ghost Rider again. Yeah, Ghost Rider. I have to give up 1 strength to get all that crit and crit damage. That might be worth it. And Doom is here.
Yes, I have been spending a lot of time in the lab. Why do you ask?
Slot 1.
The wicked will burn.
Yep. Back to Surfer.
I'm wondering what season will be. It's more than destroying aberrations like you. The power of magnetism is unstoppable. I can sense this world has value in the future.
If you guys have any other questions about the game, feel free to ask. If I don't know it, I'll tell you. I'll tell you I don't know. Not really. Most every boss that you defeat is probably going to drop a medal. So but don't forget to pick stuff up because you want to donate it. You'll want to donate stuff that even you don't use. You'll want to donate stuff to your crafter. And and then after you level up your crafter to max, donate stuff, then you'll want to the enchanter. So just pick everything up as you go. When you're running out of space, when you're running out of space, look for the one that's not worth very much. Something that's worth 2 cents instead of 6 cents. And then throw it out and pick up the more expensive stuff. Because the more expensive stuff that you donate, the faster you'll level him up. So, as you're picking stuff up, if you try to keep it sorted little to big, then you'll know which one's the littlest one you need to throw out once you run out of space. And don't forget, your team up has a lot of space too. Well, you don't have a team up. If you don't have a team up, do you have access to this space? Actually, you'll get a free team up, but just leveling up. You'll get a shield agent as you're leveling up. Hey! Woo! Scarlet just about got taken out. That last explosion. Yeah, as you play your first character and level up, you should actually get an achievement that gives you a free team up, a shield agent to help you out. And your team up has space. Storage space. Storm tried to gather them together. But so did I. And mine was stronger. She tried to pull him towards. I set it between Bullseye whoever was left. And she said it on the guy, whoever was left. But they went my way. They went where I picked, not where she picked. They did it my way. Hey, what you want with me?
My mom was a mutant and an Avenger. I want to honor her by being the best of both worlds.
I never saw that invitation. Uh-oh. He's not here anymore. I don't know when he invited me. Yeah, go. See ya. See ya. It's hugs. Not going to give up all that critical damage rating. What? No idea how those got there. I did some mis-clicking somewhere. Strength. Durability. I got too many of these. Yeah. +3 intelligence.
See where I come from? The coonskin hats don't get guns.
Ah.
How can someone as gentle as Storm hold such power?
Sentinel. Alright. Let's find the next. Ugh. Let's find the next defender.
Some of these are a bit untested.
Let's find the next defender. The next defender is not Star-Lord. I'm sure Squirrel Girl is. But nope, Squirrel Girl was never a defender. I figured since she was Luke Cage and Jessica Jones's baby's nanny, I guess she's too busy babysitting to be a defender. They're out defending and she's babysitting, watching the baby. Storm, no defender. Taskmaster, no defender. Thor, probably not. Ultron was never a defender. Venom, probably not. Nope. War Machine, probably not. Vision, nope. Winter Soldier, nope. He was a Thunderbolt, though. Oh, Kate. Hawkeye was a defender, eh?
The Young Avengers could see me now.
I did not know that. All right, fighting and intelligence. Fighting and intelligence. This one needs blues. All right. So Hawkeye was a defender. I don't know if Kate was, but... Or was Kate the... I don't know. I know nothing about these Marvel characters. Except... they're in the game. Hawkeye's an Avenger. And Kate's his replacement. When he retires. If you wonder who this little lady is, it's this doofus. Hawkeye with the silly costume. Kate Bishop, 5'5", 120 pounds. Daughter of a wealthy family. She was the only member of the Young Avengers without superpowers, possessing a level head and great skill in combat and weapons. Kate would often be the key advocate for the Young Avengers in place of the disassembled Avengers. In time, the team would be officially recognized by the adult and reformed Avengers. Kate was especially honored when the Avenger Clint Barton would come to recognize her as a true inheritor of the title Hawkeye. 2005. And she's on Defenders. Yep. So Clint Barton passed the buck. He says, I'm retired. I got a wife. I got kids. I'm tired. It's your turn. So she's the new Hawkeye in the comics. And this, of course, is Kamala Khan. If you haven't had a chance to read the story of how she became Miss Marvel from Marvel Comics, I encourage you to do so. A really well written, it was a good story. How she became Miss Marvel. Not just figuratively, literally. And you'll have to go read it to find out what I'm talking about. It was very, very traumatic experience for her. Oh, who did that? I want to clean up this mess. All right. They just keep coming. Nothing you can do about that. I just rained arrows on everybody's heads. Oh, somebody's unconscious in the middle of all that. Melee is not the place to be on a Doom Wave. You can't see it coming. You have no way to see it coming. Slowly getting this back up to 1,000. Sante boots. Hawkeye shades. Dodge. I'll leave it on there. There might be one person in the entire... Nah, I can't leave it on there.
Yes, I have been spending a lot of time in the lab. Why do you ask?
No dodge. No thanks.
Don't you dare call me Hawkette.
Masters of Evil. Storm, you need to always pull them together on Living Laser. Living Laser cannot be moved. So when you yank them all together, you got to do it on Living Laser.
People really call you a goddess? They must have no standards where you come from.
There's the air conditioning. I could probably buy some sound equipment to filter out air conditioning. But it's not too bad. I tend to talk louder over it. It's probably why I'm getting a frog in my throat. I'm talking over the air conditioner. So, is Kamala Khan just a Mr. Fantastic? Is she all Elastic Man like Mr. Fantastic? Or is she more? She's actually a lot more. Does Mr. Fantastic have a healing factor? Nope. Could Mr. Fantastic increase his density, his size? He can make himself skinny and long. Miss Marvel is kind of like Mr. Fantastic plus Ant-Man plus X-23. She can do Pym particles without Pym particles. She can grow to the size of a skyscraper. Or shrink to the size of a marble. And completely, rapidly heals back up when she's injured. Need to clean up this little doorway over here. It's going to be problems. It's going to be problems. Who cares about Tromeo? I think Clint Barton got run over, but not Kate Bishop. Clint came out to assist, and I think Juggy ran over him. Blade's down again. All right, what we got? Junk. More junk. Get lots of world stones though. Some crafting materials. Been good to replenish my crafting materials after spending so many.
One shot at this.
Intelligence. Physical damage. Good thing. I'm getting low on physicals. What is this? Oh, it's a lizard. A lizard. Lots of crit and brute and health. There we go. Do I watch the movies? Yes. I watched Spider-Man 1, 2, and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Homecoming. I watched all the Iron Man movies, all the Avenger movies, Hulk, Blade, Punisher, all the Netflix stuff. Oh man, I missed the whole Brotherhood. Missed the whole Brotherhood wave. I fell asleep. Fell asleep on the job. Yes, I've seen them all. I have them all. I have them all on Blu-ray. Some may be DVD. I got all the X-Men movies, the old Daredevil and Elektra movies. All right, motion sickness, beware. Back there. Let me change my thing to. All right, back there is T through Z. Maybe too close to see. Yeah. Over here, 3 more racks of them. A through S. Motion sickness, caution, caution, motion sickness. I had to warn you about motion sickness before before doing that. Good enough. So yeah, I got lots of movies on Blu-ray and DVD. I guess you saw my microphone. Change my scene back. That's my stream machine, my game machine, and my webcam. And I can't believe I survived all that. What's my favorite movie so far? Does it have to be Marvel? My favorite movie this year, between Guardians of the Galaxy and Spider-Man Homecoming, was actually Wonder Woman, who is not Marvel. I prefer Marvel to DC, but I love Wonder Woman. My favorite movie all time, I don't know. I prefer movies with things like witchcraft, and I love X-Men because they just seem like they have superpowers. Jean Grey. The Wonder Woman movie was awesome. I can't wait till it comes out on Blu-ray. I want to see it again and again and again. I tend to watch these movies over and over and over again until I can't glean any new information. Lately, I've been preparing for the Defenders coming up next Friday. I watched
Whoa, Captain America.
I watched the last episode of Daredevil. I watched the last episode of Jessica Jones. I watched the last episode of Luke Cage. And then I watched the last episode of Iron Fist. Just to refresh my mind. I've seen all those series multiple times, but I wanted a refresher to remember how they ended. See if I am better prepared for how they begin. For a long, long time, my favorite movie wasn't really a movie, it was a mini-series. Called Rose Red by Stephen King. About an autistic young lady with telekinetic and psychokinetic abilities. I used to like the movie called The Craft because of the witchcraft that was in it. That stuff fascinates me. I like that stuff. Supernatural. I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch all the stuff that people watch. I don't watch any of those Law and Orders and CSIs, and I've never watched any of that stuff. All that stuff is about things that could happen in real life. I like to watch things about that can't happen in real that. Well, I guess it's possible you say can't happen in real life, doesn't happen in real life. I don't think so. No. This one's interesting. Except for critical hit. It just swaps physical damage for critical hit. Oops. I'm stuck. Got stuck. They need to fix that. This open market ought to be able to fly over it like you can the fountain. I keep snoozing and losing. There's a bunch of debris in this garage. Look how wide the pattern everything's scattered. There's a lot of debris in here that I can't see. A lot of stuff people haven't picked up, including me. See how it's getting scattered? Whenever loot explodes that wide, it goes to show that the floor of this garage just must be covered with people's loot that they haven't picked up. See, I can only see my loot and some that person's throwing over there. But everybody has a whole bunch of loot laying around this garage. I kind of wish they'd change the algorithm. The random boss wave spot.
Jersey City every once in a while.
The bosses can spawn here, 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 or here. It's a lot of spawn points. But the way their algorithm works is if the players are here, spawn there. If the players are here, spawn there. And so we keep getting the same spawn points. Library all the time. Open market all the time. Or the garage all the time. And then every now and then this place. And then the loot just piles up and piles up and piles up in those spots because they keep trying to spawn the bosses as far away from us as we can to make us run across the zone. I wished it was more random. And I wish they'd never spawn in the same place twice in a row. They need to start spawning more here and here, here and here, out here in the middle. But nope, they're always here. And if we're over here, then they're always here. And if we're down here, then they're always there. But it's... Alright. Need to fix this pet. Blues and greens need to go. Yellow's okay. Blue and green needs to go. All right. I'm probably going to stop streaming in about the next 10 minutes. It's Friday. It'll give you people who are at work watching me an excuse to leave early on Friday. If you go to your boss and say, I'm taking off. If he says, why are you taking off? You can say, because Blazar Gaming said I could. It's Friday. It's the weekend. Nah, don't do that. Don't get in trouble over. Real life's more important. Hey, I was out of your circle, pal. Miss Marvel's tanking all three of these guys. She's a boss. Miss Marvel is a boss. Say some guy don't even know on the internet said I could leave work early today. See you, boss. Some guy on the internet I don't even know. What was that? Oh, that was Iceman. Iceman. Iceman's this way. Ah, Iceman doesn't use this. Okay. That's a really nice power. What's that called? Electric arrow. It's a really nice power, electric arrow. Really nice power. Level 11, all right. You're on your way. Yeah, you'll enjoy Ghost Rider. Johnny Blaze. Anarchy of the Green Goblin. There goes Storm flying by. Speaking of Storm, let me show you some real craziness.
When storm clouds darken, beware my
Ooh. Hey, I got my wish that they'd spawn someplace different. And here they are. I have no idea where the rest of the people went. Saw all those people running by. We've got thunderstorms, lightning storms, tornadoes. That wave can be so annoying because of all the movement. X23. What's Storm gonna do when we're inside? Raise the humidity? I've got Electrocute, Lightning Storm, Hailstorm, Ball Lightning, Sudden Tornadoes, Storm Surge, Typhoon. Magic got run over by Jughead.
For the job.
The Queen of AoE. Storm. With the glowy, sparkly eyes. Oh. Oops. Sorry, Winter Soldier. I just saw somebody there with a gun and I just dumped a lightning storm and a hailstorm on them. Didn't realize it was an ally. Thought it was one of Crossbones. At least there's no friendly fire in this game.
Oh, you thought I was cute.
Magic says, "Oh, you thought I was cute. Big mistake. She's the queen of limbo." Nope, but I can vacuum it up. All right. What's unbelievable is Storm's one of the least expensive characters in the game. She's 200 splinters. The queen of AoE. Of course, she doesn't look like that when you get her. She looks like that when you get her. The queen of AoE. Ooh. Look at that one. Ranged. I'm glad you're enjoying Ghost Rider. The random hero boxes is the best way to get the characters in this game. It's the least expensive way. But again, now that you have Ghost Rider, you have a 1 in 50 something chance that your very next box will be Ghost Rider again. I know that's small odds, but it can happen. My brother-in-law's first box he opened was Spider-Man. I told him, hey, that's one of the most expensive ones. Good job. He was a little disappointed. He wanted Iron Man. So I said, play Spider-Man. So he played Spider-Man for a while. I said, how you liking Spider-Man? He's okay. He'd still like to play Iron Man, though. So we opened he opened a second box. His second random box. Guess who he got? Spider-Man again. So it can happen. It's rare, but it can happen. So
You can get a lot done when you're not worrying about fighting supervillains.
So I gifted him the Iron Man pack because he really wanted to play Iron Man. And he is my brother-in-law. Gear slot 4.
When storm clouds darken, beware my wrath.
I didn't think he'd play this kind of game because he usually only plays sports games. Golf, football, soccer, American football. So when I gave him my old computer after I built these, I showed him City of Heroes. I showed him Marvel Heroes. And said, it's there if you want to play it. And then found out later on he was playing it. And his son up in Chicago, he got him playing it. So, doesn't matter if you think somebody's probably not going to play it or not. Give them a chance. They just might surprise you. They just might surprise you. Everything is green. That's a good upgrade. Everything is green. Alright, let's put the pet away. Yep, that's where it goes. Bye. Did you hear that? Every now and then, she goes nuclear. And everything around starts blowing up. Until this hits 0. And then it starts its slow trek back up again. Till she goes nuclear. That's what exploded. Thank you all for being here. My YouTuber guys, thanks for watching on YouTube. And thank you for those subscribing on YouTube. I'm going to let you guys go now. Goodbye, YouTuber.